I want to highlight certain issues about some of these issues that I've talked about with the IRS, because I'm glad the Justice Department settled with the IRS with these groups. That was the right thing to do. But the wrong thing to do was not to initiate a serious criminal investigation or prosecution of what went on during the Obama administration under the IRS. And I'll tell you why it didn't happen. And I'm talking about the Sessions Justice Department that last year said they weren't going to do anything. Congress wanted Lois Lerner to be pursued for contempt and other things. Justice Department didn't want to do that. And of course, they weren't going to do any further or fuller investigation. And this is the conflicts that take place here, because the headlines reference this. So what we found was that the Justice Department under Barack Obama, their public integrity section, reached out to Lois Lerner, and they had an idea of trying to prosecute the very groups that Lois Lerner's IRS was suppressing. And they had this new theory of the law saying, well, you know, they're doing too much politics. And when they signed on to the form saying they would do a certain amount of politics, it turns out they were lying, and we should prosecute them for lying. An outrageous abuse of the rule of law, but that's what the Obama IRS and DOJ were thinking of doing. And so Lerner met with them about how to do that, and subsequently found out they sent 1.3, I think, million pages of documents about virtually every nonprofit group in the country involved in political discussions to the Justice Department and to the FBI. And guess who ran the FBI at that time? Robert Mueller. So Robert Mueller's FBI and Barack Obama's Justice Department were working with Lois Lerner's IRS to figure out ways to put in jail the folks President Obama didn't like. And you may scratch your head and wonder, why would they abuse the rule of law so much to target Trump, the FBI, and DOJ? Well, they were willing to jail President Obama's citizen political opponents in 2010 and 12. And the only reason that thing was stopped was the exposure of the Obama IRS scandal by the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration. And the only reason we found out that these documents were sent over and there was this collusion between the DOJ, the FBI, and the IRS to jail Barack Obama's political opponents and groups and individuals the Democratic machine didn't like was because of Judicial Watch. And then so Sessions, they pretend to do a relook to see whether there should be a criminal investigation. Well, the Justice Department is going to investigate itself there. Did they question themselves? Did they question the FBI about its conspiracy with Lois Lerner and the IRS? The Justice Department's Public Integrity Section, the same entity and criminal division charged with investigating Lerner, was colluding and conspiring with her? Surprise, surprise, they didn't find anything to investigate or prosecute. That to me is as significant a failure by this Justice Department as anything we're seeing. And remember that about Robert Mueller. When everyone tells you how principled and wonderful he is, his FBI received documents about groups they had no right to. And they were only turned over back to the IRS after it was exposed by Judicial Watch and later Congress to ask some questions. That's Robert Mueller. So I have zero patience for people who fall to the ground, like on the Hill, Paul Ryan and some others, every time you mention Mueller's name. He's as much of a bureaucratic swamp creature as anyone else. And remember, he was Obama's FBI director.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.